YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is the results of the trial by Fiverr. So, over the last week, we've had 5 new games never premiered on the channel before, 5 different videos on said games, and then a series of polls. One public, one for the patrons, and then lastly, YouTube metrics. And it is the results from those polls and those metrics that will determine which of these 5 games will be turned into a proper series. So, without any further ado, let us find out how our contestants did. Our public poll was rather active, with Voxel Tycoon and Unexplored 2 trading the lead a couple of times early on, but over time Voxel Tycoon built up a rather unbeatable lead compared to some of the others, but Unexplored did hang on to second place. The way the points work in this particular trial by Fiverr is that in each of the 3 main categories, the winning entry gets 4 points, the second place gets 3, third place gets 2 points, fourth place gets 1 point, and the 5th place entry gets a goose egg. Those scores are then added to that game's overall title, and based on their point total across the 3 categories, that will determine the winner. So as you can see here, Voxel Tycoon gets the 4 points for the public poll, but we still have 2 more categories to look at. Let's take a look. My Patreon poll took a similar shape. However, 3rd and 4th place ended up tied. However, this comment by my patron Zafira pushed the 3rd place nod over to Dorfromantik over before we leave. And it so happens now that the patron poll now has the exact same distribution as the public poll. Despite my using a metric that would not favor videos that premiered earlier in the week, the metrics broke down to exactly that order. The order in which the videos ranked in this category happened to coincide with the order that they came out and premiered during the week. That being said, I still stand by the metric as one that does not favor those that came earlier. That just happened to be how the statistics landed. So as we can see, Dorfromantik finally unseated Voxel Tycoon, and surprisingly Unexplored 2 had very little attention when it came to click-through rate. Those that watched it watched a lot of it, but not many people watched it compared to those exposed to it, based on the percentage. So where does that leave us? And in first place, we have Voxel Tycoon at 11 of 12 possible points. Second up, we have Dorfromantik, who snuck in with 8 points with a strong YouTube metrics performance. Unexplored 2 dropping to 3rd place, but still performing strongly, trailed by Before We Leave and Potion Explosion. Now, just to note, I had fun playing all 5 of these games, so regardless of their performance in the trial by Fiverr, don't necessarily use that as a metric of how good or bad these games are. I recommend that each of you, if they strike your fancy, check them out. However, given that Voxel Tycoon has taken the victory, in the coming months we will have a Voxel Tycoon playthrough, and it'll actually pick up right where we left off in our inaugural video. So expect to see a continuation. Otherwise, stay tuned for something special coming later on in this week. I can't say what it is yet, but the next 4 videos coming in the next 4 days will be related to a game in development that has been under embargo until tomorrow. Until then, I hope you guys enjoyed the first trial by Fiverr. If I get enough positive feedback, I might do another season of trial by Fiverr with 5 other games, 5 new games, later on in the year, or perhaps next year. Maybe make it an annual event. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this. If there's any format changes, any suggestions, and anything, just good, bad, or indifferent. I always like hearing from you. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out.